on the Reyna on this map, so not too surprising to see that coming through. And TGH, unsurprising again to see Gina on that Raze. She does very well on the Raze, but I'm not a fan of Raze on this map in particular. I feel like Raze gets less value than we might see out of something like a Phoenix or a Reyna or indeed the Sova. So could be a little bit of a high-risk play here, but the fact that it is her comfort pick, she is good on it, she knows what she's doing on it, and of course I'm sure she's practiced on this map many times to get some really good lineups for those paint shells and so on. So hopefully we'll see that working out, whereas F5, as I've said, playing a far more standard composition, barring not having the jet. It's interesting to see the Killjoy coming out alongside the Sova, but that's a ton of information which may work out in their favor.
Yeah, like you said, there's a lot of intel they'll get from it, and already the pistol round is off to a chaotic start. A lot of utility and a lot of bullet spread immediately. And it's going to be the Sage who drops down first, and immediately the Frenzy gets on the board as well. So Jet finds their mark. 4-3, make that 4-2 advantage for F5, and just like with the first pistol round in the first match, literally just a moment ago, it's F5 who start the stronger.
They've managed to get the spike down. Now they're not holding towards the back of site at all. Oh, there's a nice little nano swarm on the spike as well. Just a little to the side. Doesn't actually manage to take down the swarm.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that all went down. Medica gets themselves a kill on the board as well. It is just the Killjoy now. Feint comes running on in, gets themselves another shot, but the other Killjoy drops in front of them, and that will be that. Spike will go off. I don't know if that's enough time or not for them to all reset, but again, a fast and frantic start to our first pistol round, and it is going to go in the favor of F5 in the end.
Unsurprising that we saw them holding very far back here, particularly because they had so much utility available. They had the snake bite, they had the nano swarm. There was quite a lot there to try and defend the spike with, so they pull back a little bit, wait for Lunar to push out onto the site, and then, you know, start mowing them down. Now, what is interesting to note is, of course, Pixu are going to be rocking the Marshall on the second round buy, which is always an interesting choice on attack. Feels like it's not as easy to get value out of. But we'll see if anything does come from that.
Yeah, a whole lot of smokes being deployed as well, along with the wall. And you're going to see a lot of that. And Bev again just brutally takes down the Sage, who had no idea they were behind. And just like that, it's a 4v4 situation. Make that a 4v3 again in the favor of F5.
You're not.
That being said, though, they haven't actually managed to drop the spike yet. With only 2 players left alive here for TGH Lunar, knowing that they're at the gun disadvantage as well, they're just gonna go to B, because there's time, and they can. I mean, not a bad call. Oh, the Marshall shot! Oh, wow. Oh, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water.
Yeah. Pixie Uru asked the question, what's this? It's a headshot with your name on it, and with that, a 4v1 advantage for F5. The spike is going to go down all the way over on B, and well, this is going to be a mountain to climb for the Killjoy.
1 person left alive, and of course, Feint doesn't have a gun of any description, so now her best option is to try and get 1 or 2 exit frags if she can. Try and put a dent in the economy, but not. The crossfire is just way too good there.
Yeah, that was always going to go against them, and again, that started off rougher than as it was. I mean, again, you just see that again. It's like the Sage just walks away. It's like didn't even check behind him. It's like, all right, then fine, down you go. But Pixie Uru makes up for it with a very fine headshot from that Marshall. So 2-0 for F5, but yeah, good start for them. But again, they started off well last time round, and TGH managed to reel them back in. So it's gonna be interesting to see if F5 can hold on to it this time round.
Yeah, with Luna having bought up this round with full rifles, it's going to make things very difficult for F5 to try and make something happen. So now we're going to see them play a little bit more safely. Unfortunately, I think I saw 1 person chilling on a classic there as well. Because oh, not enough to do the full cleanup and actually get shot in the back.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow, that's dirty.
Pixie Uru is popping off with the Marshall in the early stages of this second match. And they're the ones that are holding on to the spike as well. But yeah, a player advantage already. And you just gotta feel for them. Like, both teams are doing the thing of they quickly double on back and get caught on the retreat. So it's unfortunate, but again, this happens to the best of us, and we are going to see the spray from Beth. Not quite able to get the pick, and actually gets caught by Viper on the dash as well.
Trying to get out of dodge, but unfortunately dashes right into another waiting player. 3v5 retake. Definitely not the best position to be in here.
And they're all starting to emerge. Gina has eyes on the spike, but they don't have eyes on anybody else. Wall is actually going to come up, and that is going to force them to spray through that immediately. And Gina is not able to get the pick either. They are going to drop on down. It's a 4-2 advantage. Feint at least takes out the Sage. And can they get a double? They do get the double. They get the triple. I don't believe I'm seeing this. It's a 2v1 advantage for TGH. Are they going to get this defuse? Chaz is still there. They get themselves a headshot. It's a 1v1 situation. But the ult has gone out as well. And I don't... Will that be enough for the defuse?
They got it halfway. They got it halfway, yeah.
I don't believe that. How have TGH done that?
That was the biggest brain play from Feint, because so Feint goes and gets the 3k, drops the lockdown, and like Nessa starts the defuse, gets it halfway, but the snake bite comes out. So the lockdown comes down to force back any players left standing, and because she managed to get it halfway, Nessa's able to get the last half. So while the sound cue is busy freaking us out, they knew they had it halfway. Yes, 0.3 of a second left on the clock, but this was so well played from Feint. It was actually beautiful, and they win out that round, which they might not have actually done. That was very, very touch and go.
Yeah, I was gonna say they saved the best right up until the last seconds there, but hey, a point's a point, and then they got it in absolute style. And Chess again just biding their time again, waiting for the toxic as the toxics drop on down. Medica waiting on the other side. And again, you look at the placements between the pair of the teams. We are going to see the push towards B coming on up. You can see all of the walls. That's just how much utility gets shared between the Viper and the Sage. And it's going to be Pixie Uru who gets the first pick again. Both go down to I was going to say it was a 4v4. Now it's a 4v3. Really good pick from the Sage there.
Oh, Gina using the blast pack to quickly get over the wall there. I love that. Nice little use of that utility. With a massive advantage here in terms of sheer numbers. Oh, okay. Never mind. Not so massive an advantage anymore.
Feint gets themselves the triple, and that will be that. It's going to be 2 versus 1. The TGH get the point and tie this up once again.
Yeah, unfortunately, the last couple of players for F5 holding very, very far back. And of course, once the Killjoy goes down, you don't have any of those nano swarms available anymore, and it was really difficult for Chess to get any sort of a lineup because there was so much pressure from the rest of Lunar. Defuse comes through before she has an opportunity to deny much of anything. TGH, once again, just playing these retakes very, very well, taking control of the space very easily, making sure that they're able to shut down and get those defuses very quickly. So now F5 got a Hunter's Fury here. I'm kind of expecting them to use that as more of an angle clearer, since there isn't a lockdown available just yet, and that's of course if they opt to use it in this round.
A little bit of spray, Beth giving away a little bit of information just to try and bait them out, trying to draw them out so they can have a chance to get themselves on the scoreboard as well. But so far, neither team taking the bait. And again, everyone just being very cautious in the early stages. You feel like a B push might yet come from F5. We've got one person covering it on the side of TGH, but again, it looks like the rotation is coming and it might very well happen.
Standing ahead.
So solid Viper wall there. Oh, look at that. Following that recon bolt. Not going to get too much information. As Medica has been forced to pull back here. Now they're going to allow the spike to come through just a little bit to the side and actually manage to kill the spike carrier as the plant gets denied.
now everybody just suddenly drops. It's a 4v3 situation. Pixie gonna go for the hunt and actually gets a pick in there. Viper goes down, so good use from it in the end. Angel gets themselves a double kill. Can they get the triple? Just hiding behind the wall. It's a 2v1 situation, and that will be that. TGH take the point.
Caught in the reload animation, and Gina will get the cleanup there with the 3k. This was a really, really good round from Lunar. Once again, you know, waiting out a lot of that utility, managing to get some early pickoffs. F5 actually played that very well, and I think that it was just, once again, post plants not being as they should be, not covering angles adequately, and Lunar very easily taking advantage of that. I mean, the default spike plant, when all you really have is the Viper wall to block you, so easy to bang through that. They know that's where you're going to be, and then they kind of push on that. But F5 in this one, they do have 3 ultimates here. They did use the Hunter's Fury, but still going to have a lockdown and a Viper's Pit, but contending with Lunar's Viper's Pit as well. Careful. And of course, Pixie taking off.
Goodness me! Well, Flawless might be incoming here because it's just the Killjoy left for F5. But they'll take a headshot, so they won't be giving that completely up. So wow, that was unbelievable from TGH. That was just showstopper after opshot, and that will be that. Looking the wrong way, unfortunately for Sick, and that is going to be 4 points to 2. Goodness me, how quick that went.
Surprised they opted to commit the showstopper into an anti-eco, but it does help secure them the round, so you know, we take those. And now unfortunately, well, it's unfortunate that F5 are on such a loss streak, but it does however mean that they've got almost max loss streak bonus, which means that they're able to full buy up here despite having lost that round. Still have to contend with Beth's operator though, and again, she has been an absolute nightmare. Very early Viper's Pit over on the A site. That's going to be to deter any pushes onto the A site and force the rotation over towards B.
Yeah, it's nice to see Viper's Pit going up, and especially in the early stages as well. So, and you never know, they'll probably be waiting for them as well over on B. You can see a couple of them already lingering on, and guess who one of them is? It's the operator of Beth, and you know full well that's going to be disaster if they peek out from there. Angelica gets the pick on Gina. They actually turned away. They're all moving into position now, and it's only a matter of time before it all kicks off. Fane does not get the pick though. It's Pixie who gets it, and F5 do have a player advantage 5-3 here. And Medica just bides their time, waits, realizes they're coming. Doesn't get the first pick either! It's a 3-player advantage now for F5.
This was so well played by F5, honestly. Pushing through mid, opting to completely ignore the B site, knowing that the operator was there. And then, I'll be honest, that was played... It wasn't played very well by Medica, because she's kind of hoping to use the screen of the Viper's Pit to be able to escape behind. But, like, people walk, you know, like, they knew which direction she was going to be walking in. I mean, it was going to be really difficult to not predict where she's going. So as soon as she reverses back into the pit, you just follow the trajectory of whatever direction she was walking in, and they get the kill. Once the kill comes through, the Viper's Pit drops, so they're able to get the plant. Once that's done, they'd already taken a couple off the board. Good round for F5. F5 seemed to do far better, not in the post-plant scenario, but being able to take down a few before they actually get the plant. If they come into a post-plant with a numbers advantage, they generally tend to do a lot better. But I mean, I feel like that's just common sense.
That's just a given at that point, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
We are going to see a slow push starting to build up towards B by the looks of it. Again, they've got a lot of angles already covered, and one of those is the operator for TGH, so they know full well they can take full advantage of it. Tries to go for another shot, not able to find it. It's Medica who gets the pick, but actually the res comes up as well, and Medica goes down as a result. So F5 are going to have a player advantage now. Operator doesn't get the hit.
Oh, Beth doing that split the difference thing. 2 players and you accidentally aim between them. Unfortunately, this isn't Masters. It doesn't work that way. You can't shoot nothing and actually get a kill. Yes, I'm talking about a certain collat. That makes no sense. Well, the Viper's Pit on the board here. It's going to shut down any attempt at a retake. Or at least that's the general idea. We'll see if it works out.
There's a lot of just firing in through the smoke, hoping that something sticks. It is just Nessa left, but they do get one pick, and one pick is all they'll get. Killjoy gets them on the board, and F5 tie this setup again, 4-4.
Definitely not ready to get sent home just yet. A very, very strong performance here from F5. Again, you know, off the back of that Viper's Pit, a very, very powerful ultimate. We know this. The ultimate comes up. No one ever really wants to push into it. If you can find the Viper early and take her down, get the pit off the board, then that's cool. But it's very unlikely that players are going to want to push into it unless they really have something backing them up, like a really huge numbers advantage. So F5 play that very well, but of course coming into this round, they have no ultimate, and they're contending with a lockdown and a res. So if Lunar lose one player, they'll be able to bring that person back into the fray depending on where they die. So this is a very solid looking round for Luna. We'll see if it actually plays out that way.
Yeah, Luna had a lot of casualty already, and that's how Beth loses out the exchange despite having the high ground advantage. And just like that, F5 are now 5 versus 3 in this scenario. And that is surely going to be a successful plan.
Oh, surprising kills there. Actually illegal.
There.
Oh my goodness me. Chaz gets himself a triple.
The kind of elbow peeking out along the side there is down to the last 2 players. Nessa's last one with the Sheriff in hand. Oh, just too much.
Yeah, just a little too much there, stuck into that corner. And with that, 3 surviving, but a really great shot. And again, Ches just playing it patiently, allowing them to drop on down and gets themselves a good number of kills in the midst of all of that. So, really well done from F5, really well held, and it gives them the lead back.
A very necessary round win there as they start to get their economy back on track. And if you take a look over at Luna, of course, their economy is looking a little messy right now. This could put them in a very, very dangerous position if they lose this round as well. They still have that lockdown and res though, so there's still some potential. But F5 managed to get that Empress and Hunter's Fury online, and well, we've seen how potent that Hunter's Fury at the very least can be. If it gets 1 kill, that's massive, but Chicago gets taken off the board. No heals available for F5.
Angelica gets a kill back at the very least and quickly gets themselves overhealed up. And with that 4v4 situation, Viper's the one with the spike. This Medica again just keeping their eyes peeled. Toxin walls are going to go up, and the res actually comes up as well. So TGH do have the full squad back, and I think that was the pick, correct?
Oh, there we go. Despite the res coming through, the shutdowns.
Spike down.
But it's down to the 2v2 here. Well.
No sooner have you said it, it's gone immediately. And
Yeah.
F5 have a 2-player advantage. Having said that, Killjoy is incredibly hurt, so one tag will do it, but they are not close to this action. In fact, they're
30
planted.
seconds left.
That's going to be a plant over on A.
planted.
So that's going to give Medica even more work to do, but again, it's still doable. But this is going to be a dangerous position to be.
Nah, as soon as she taps the spike, the Hunter's Fury is going to come out, and then there's going to be a swing, like... And that's assuming she gets to the site, because, of course, we know that the Killjoy is still available across the other side. She's going to try and obscure the site, but there's the Hunter's Fury. And there's the swing.
I like that. You're like, yeah, I don't think so. Like, the ult's ready, and also Killjoy is just going to shut this down. So, yep, and you pulled that absolutely perfectly. But, yeah, unfortunate there. And that is always going to be how it goes, especially with the Fury. Even if the Fury doesn't hit, well, you've got an extra teammate up alive, so that's what they're there for.
Yep, that was always going to be a tough one to try and make happen. Solid round from F5, because I spoke about Luna's economy, and there it is broken. And this is going to be a broken bye with 2 Spectres and a Judge. Oh, but popping the Blade Storm very early on here. Gonna try and get a couple of kills from that, maybe even get a weapon upgrade. They have managed to bring 2 more ultimates online as well, so this could potentially be a good round for them. If they can leverage all of that.
Yep, good stuff coming up from Gina as well. Beth gets nothing! Beth gets nothing with the knives! As Angelica gets themselves on the board first. And I don't think the Showstopper did anything either, so... Yep, that's gonna be another plant here. Gina again, just round the outside, seeing if they can get anything with that. Through the toxic puddles, they'll spray one, but it is gonna be Chaz who gets the finishing blow.
Oh, 2 ultimates used in this eco round. Very, very expensive eco, and 2 players left alive to try and make something happen. They do have the lockdown, but oh, there's potential here. If they choose to drop the lockdown, they should have this. No, lockdown off the board. Oh, I hate to see it.
I'm definitely chalking that one down to commentator's curse. The second you said it, it all went wrong.
Man, one round I'm like, I'm going to perfectly predict how this is going to end. The next round it's like, this is how you could do it, but nah, we're gonna do it like this instead. Oh man, Feint gets a little bit greedy there, trying to get more pickoffs. If they had invested the lockdown, there's a very good chance they actually managed to take that one, especially if you can get a nice swing towards the spike to make sure that you can actually get the defuse off. But yeah, Feint trying to get the kills there. Such an expensive eco because they use 2 ultimates as well. You could hardly even call that an eco.
Yeah, at this stage it really isn't, and Viper's Pit is already being deployed pretty much in the corridor for B, and that is just a whole lot of bullet spread being flung in there as well. Reyna manages to heal themselves back up at the very least, I think, thanks to the Sage, but yeah, that's a messy corridor. You do not want to be going down anytime soon.
Of course, that Viper's Pit's going to be trying to shut down the entrance towards B, but interestingly enough, opting not... I mean, they've got 1 player here kind of holding a potential angle, and these 2 Vipers are, like, almost staring at each other. Oh my goodness, ships in the night.
We've said it time and time again, haven't we, in the previous couple of trials.
Oh no. Oh, here it is.
Oh! No, you didn't have your gun properly ready. That was never going to work for you. And as a result, it's going to be TGH who take the advantage here.
Oh, there it is. The op shot comes through. Gina follows it up with the 2K. Another op shot. Like, wow. Solid round. Luna, it's like they haven't lost the last couple of rounds, you know. Oh,
yes.
It's actually painful to watch. No, oh no! Why are you like this?
Oh, that is filthy. Oh, that is absolute filth. Why would you even put them through that?
Rub salt in the wounds. Oh, wow. That's toxic.
That is up there with us seeing the replay from the teleport earlier. That's like, we've had 2 very, very naughty replays there.
Honestly, it's toxic, and it's not just because it was 2 Vipers. Oh man. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta do it to them. Now, that of course was the first half. We're getting into the second half, and I do believe this is the exact same scoreline that we saw in the previous map at the half, but reversed, as it is F5 in the lead this time around, with a 2-point lead here. We'll see if they can hold on to that, as it's looking like a very fast A hit from Luna to start things off.
Immediately all going on in. I'm not surprised to see it. See if TGH can actually get anything out of this. They are actually going to go for the plant very early on, and they do secure it with everybody still alive, so it's still anyone's game. And the headshot from Gina is going to give TGH the player advantage, but not for long, because Chaz and Pixie get 2 back themselves, make that 3 back. And Angelica gets the pick with the ghost as well. And that is just going to leave Netsurf and Sage. Manages to score with the frenzy, but that will be all they get.
2 back, 3 back. Looks like they're bringing Sexy back from where I'm sitting. Fantastic round there. And another point on the board here for F5. They're really good at these pistol rounds, but they have to maintain that momentum because, of course, they don't want to fall down here. This is their first tournament in a long time where they're not having to contend with Legel / Rick's GG. I mean, they really want to they've got so much to prove here, and you can see how badly they want it. So after winning that very, very first pistol round, of course, they're going to upgrade a little bit into the next. We'll see if they can continue that momentum here.
All set and ready to go for another series. 8-5 is the scoreline for F5 at the moment. They know they have to win this to keep their tournament chances alive, and Beth is going to just boost straight into the fray. Ooh. Chicago gets at least one of them and a bit of damage on someone else, but that will be all they get. Chaz at least manages to get another pick to bring this down to a 4v3. Might be more on the board coming, but not able to secure it this time round.
Woo! Just manages to get around the corner there. Oh! What? Through the box! Denies the plant! And again, those default plant positions are so dangerous. The one-way smoke, and now it's down to just one player. Can Gina clutch this one out? The 8 HP Dream.
Sheriff in a dream. They managed to get their headshot on the Viper, but that might be all they're going to get from this. Woo! In fact, they got one right before they dropped.
Oh,
who was the unfortunate victim there? I think it was the Killjoy.
Oh my goodness. Good attempt there, but unfortunately, with the 3-player swing, the fact that she managed to get one towards the end is massive, but not going to be quite enough. That's another round for F5. I mean, this is... Luna was looking so dominant on Haven, and now really seem to be floundering under the pressure. But of course, we have seen this before, where they lose the first 2 pistol rounds, get some guns in their hands, and then start to build up a little bit of a buffer zone. So now, they've got those rifles in hand. They're not going to be able to build up a buffer zone per se, but they might just be able to even out the score if they can string together the next 4 rounds. No ultimates to play with yet. They're just going off the back of raw gunpower.
All that's going to carry them. Faint. Thought was going to get the pick, but not quite able to get it on that occasion. And now Medica is there as well. They're going to fire on through. It's going to be Gina who gets the pick against Chaz, which again gives TGH the player advantage, but so far they haven't been able to convert it in this second half yet. The Toxins are going to go up once more. Gotta love them Vipers. There is just the one Viper up at this stage on the side of TGH. So we'll see if Beth can do anything with this kill. Boost all the way up to the high ground as Sick gets themselves a quick kill as well. 4 versus 3 as the spike goes down.
Now it's down to those post plants. Now, we said previously, Luna have really good post plants. Oh, and Chicago runs straight into Gina being his crosshair. Gina now has that showstopper online. Sick's not going to allow that to come through. But in the reload, Medica gets the trade. And Angelica, the last player standing for F5.
Yeah. They've got full HP, but they're going up against a Viper, a Killjoy, and a Jet. Not what you want to be going up against. Or is it? Manages to get one on the side. Jet does go down. But it looks like they are going to get the heck out of there. And I do not blame them in the slightest.
Very likely just going to be trying to hold on to a Vandal, but she is being hunted. These last... Okay, no. They opt not to actually chase her down completely. I don't think they actually saw her there, but she is at least going to be able to take a Vandal into the next round. And of course, if you don't die, you get 1,000 less credits than if you had died, but, you know, having the Vandal already means that should be able to... Yeah, the rest of the team's on an eco, so this is absolutely fine. At least one player on the team is going to have an actual gun to work with.
Speaking of guns to work with, keep an eye out for Pixie Uwu, who is rocking that Marshall again. We saw them have some tasty picks in the previous match with that, so we'll see if they can make it count in Icebox as well. And so far, the exchanges are going off onto A, but a couple of people lingering towards B. And Gina with a tasty headshot.
No, she... Oh!
Excuse?
She didn't check the corner. She just walked straight through. The swing is good. Now, are you going to check the... is someone going to check this? No!
No!
She doesn't shoot!
No!
Oh, she's behind them!
Oh, no! That is an easy double. The Viper finally gets taken down in the midst of all of that, but goodness me, that could have gone so bad. It's a 3v3 now.
Recalling my
Oh, that was painful to watch. The patience. She only manages to get 1 kill off the back of that, but that's huge in and of itself because it evens out the numbers and it takes down some very important agents as well. Now, Lunar swiftly making their way over towards the A site, but of course, Angelica is already here waiting. Here's the sound of it all going through. No, he doesn't check the corner!
A. One enemy remaining.
What is happening with this game? The corners are just free real estate, it seems. The 2v1 situation. The Marshall with the headshot. And that is how F5 enters double digits. Oh my god.
Did Beth not see sick button on the high ground? Surely. I mean, I know that during the updraft she wasn't able to spot out, but as she swings out, it's clear as day that there's someone up in the rafters. And she just wasn't even looking in that direction. Oh, that was painful to watch. I don't know what's going on in this round. These ladies, it feels like they're kind of floundering at this point. And F5, if they string together the next 3 rounds, it's the exact same scoreline as the first map, but completely reversed. And F5 got a lot of ultimates available here, but they're going to be contending with Beth's Blade Storm. If she can get some value out of that, then maybe Luna turn this around.
Yeah, the pit is up as well. So all of the ults coming out. Heck, the showstopper out for good measure. Viper finally gets caught with the knives. Sage is going to go down as well, but it's only going to be the double at the end of all of that for Jet. It's a 3-1 advantage, and that is going to be point 11 for F5. How quick was that point?
Jeez. Beth not getting the results that she would want with these knives. You can see it kind of takes a couple shots before the actual kill comes through, and then of course the swing towards the end there to end her life prematurely, I would say. And a nice little Empress to come through as well and secure themselves the round. And now we're seeing Luna force up here, but if they lose this round, not only is their economy a mess, but they're on match point, which means they're unable to buy in the last round of the half. So they need to make something happen here with this Viper's Pit and that lockdown. If they can't get something done, then that could very well be it, and we might just see that map 3.
It would be nice to see it go the distance, but TGH have got it all to do if they want to deny us that third match. Set on stream. Beth is going to take some shots, but not really find the mark of any of them. Chaz, meanwhile, is going to take down their fellow Viper and gives F5 the very crucial player advantage trade. Has taken a lot of damage. Angelica doesn't win that exchange somehow. They actually lose out in the midst of all of that. Sick at least brings one back as well, and that is going to be an ult. That's pretty much every ult imaginable is coming on out right now, and it means that with the Killjoy ult out as well, it's a 3-2 advantage for F5. Raze is so hurt.
Such low HP. Both of these players, in fact, very low HP. Spike is down, but they're at the HP difference.
Last player standing.
They've at least... Oh no, I was going to say they evened out the numbers, but Gina gets swung on and it's all down to Beth.
No! And they couldn't quite get the first shot either, and that gives away that position as well. But they don't chip it, and no, it doesn't matter. Viper's there. Viper on the lower ground saw them immediately coming on round, and that will give themselves match point.
This series has given me a fantastic idea for a meme template. Well, I mean, the template exists. I just have to fill in the meme. So I'm going to do that after this game, and it's going to be fantastic. So, you know, I'll hit that one up on Twitter. Maybe I'll get Rix to, or rather the Huntress Trials Twitter account to put it out as well. It's going to be a banger. But in the meantime, like I mentioned before, ruined economy. 3 rifles, so at least something to work with, but they don't have the full armor to complement it. They only have the Viper's Pit available. F5 have a lockdown and a res and the gun advantage. I don't know. Oh no!
What has happened? That's a flawless. There's no way this ends with TGH scoring this point. It is Viper, an ult, a shotgun, and a dream. And I do not think that's going to be happening. The first shot lands, but it's not going to get anything from that range. And that is going to be that. They all know that it's going to be